What's up, Dragon? How are you? How's your Sunday doing? Going? Putting a flashing slip on this guy. Oh, hell yeah. It sounds like you've been having a great weekend. Tell me about it. That's awesome. I'm glad you had fun. Oh, Ohio. I had a different plan for this, which is why this thing is here, but plans fall apart from time to time. I'm really happy you went too. I'm glad it was a good time. Actually, I'm gonna move you guys back a little bit. What else do I want to put? Oh yeah, the tea trays. How do I do this? I guess I want to paint this as well. I was gonna just pour the flashing slip on, but I guess that it'll go on too thick if I do that. I decided that I wanted all of the tea trays to be flashing slip this morning. Originally, they were going to be Shino, and I'm not just doing this because I don't have much Shino left, but I'm going to fire these stacked on top of each other. I think that's going to be really cool. I think so too. Oh, and I know there's not many people in here, but for those who don't know what a flash and slip is, it's not a glaze. I mean, it kind of works as a glaze, um, but it just makes everything pretty. But since it's not like a liquid glaze, because there's no oxide or anything in it, you can stack things on it. So I can glaze the foot, I can glaze everything. In fact, you want to, because that's how you get the flashing. And this is a titanium flash and slip that I made for the wood firing conference that I was a part of. I haven't touched it since then. Cool. I'm kind of tempted to see if I can just pour these on just to do it faster. Let's try one just for fun. This is really stupid. This is really stupid. If it was just on the outside, it makes sense, but nah, fuck it, we're doing it. We committed. We're done, committed. Boom. Look at that. Look at that confidence right there. Genuine stupidity. The flashing slip. Don't do this. We're gonna do it with all, but because now I'm gloating for it. Now that I've done it once, we're gonna do it for everything. You just have to go fast. I have Bauer flashing slip as well, but um, I want to try this one out. Give it a better chance than I have in the past. Ugh. Oh God, no one saw that. Didn't happen. We have quite a few of these tea trays, so. Oh no, I didn't pour any more into the thing before I started. I think these are gonna be super cool. These are all these tea trays are for my tea events, so they aren't even going to be for sale. Um, which is why I'm more in more open to just messing around with it. It's nice to start getting this glazing going. Took me a weirdly long time to get my studio in order. I was an absolute shit show um, this morning, but everything is good now. We're good to go. So this titanium flashing slip is so similar to Bauer. Well, the last time I tried it, I couldn't even tell the difference. Ravioli, what are you putting inside? Ooh, fancy schmancy. Also, for context, this is flashing slip on my black clay. So I'm really hoping we can get something like this. Granted, these are not black clay. Or maybe they are. To be honest, I think these are porcelain, the interior, and then I think the exterior is black clay. But I don't really know. It was a while ago that we made these, so it's hard to keep track. You don't remember what we did, do you, Dragon? I know they look like the same clay body, but I'm like 99% sure that these are two different clay bodies. Maybe not on these ones. I know those ones for sure. I'm glad we're doing this and not painting on it. I hate painting on stuff. I'd lose my mind if I had to do that all the time. And again, I'm really curious about this flashing slip because I don't actually know what it looks like outside of that one time I used it, and it was just that was an okay firing. It wasn't my favorite, but we're trying everything differently now. So now that we're going down to cone 10 instead of cone 12 or cone 11 instead of cone 12, we're still gonna hit 11. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, we have to make tea pets. I haven't made any tea pets yet. And the tea pets for again, those who aren't sure, I also use them as my cone packs. So I think we're gonna be making a manatee and I think a crow or something like that. I actually found one that I had made for my last fire and didn't do anything with it yet. So, Dragon, if you have a request for a a compact tea pet, let me know. Isn't this great? Because I don't have to clean that foot or anything. Isn't that awesome? And it has that raw spot there. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Usually I wouldn't do that, but contextually because of what these are, I am. And contextually of like we're using a flash instead of a glaze. So also I know most people fire on their flashing slips, but I don't do that. Seems like a lot of extra work. And I just want to quickly yes. we only have 3 more of these tea trays, it looks like. And then we're going to switch over to a Shino. I think. Not really sure actually. So if you don't put a flashing slip on thin, um, it all peels right off, which again, for what we're doing, is super cool. So that's why I'm just pouring them. Dragon, do you have a favorite type of flashing slip that you like? I'm almost tempted to flash a few cups too. Oh, here's another teacher. Pretty incredible. You cannot tell the difference at all between the black clay and stuff. Oh, no way. Sup, Aki? How are you? This is kind of what the stream's going to be for a bit. Okay. So I'm thinking well, I'm just looking at what else I have for flashing slip, or for what could be flashed. And I have these little cups that I think are super cute that could be fired upside down. Or maybe even right side up. Um, so I think we're gonna fire these. What tastes different? I already forgot what I said. Oh, yeah, who knows? So I have these two guys. I'm thinking about flashing slipping one of them, maybe flashing slip this one or this one. Or maybe we do an orchid pot. What do you guys think? Maybe this one be cool, flashing slipped. Thanks, Aki. Which one do you want to see with a flashing slip? I don't think I have anything else. Oh, you know what? It'd be cool flashing as a flashing slip piece. The taller one? Okay. Like, too many people just waste time glazing stuff for hours and making little mess. It's like when you're making stuff, people are always like constantly just like complaining about glazing. And it's like if they did it faster, I think they would like it more. All right, let's glaze that big boy on the right. However, we're pretty much out. Well, there's a little bit of flesh slip left. How do I do this? Okay, that flashing slip is done. So now I think. Oh, actually, you know what I want to flash too? Hold up. I made these vases, and I want to flash these vases. Kind of cool, right? So that one, it holds water right here, so you could put a whatever in it. And then also made like a rock sculpture. And this one's purely sculptural. Thanks. Oh, damn. Would you ever go blonde? Again, it doesn't have to be everywhere. Nice. I'm gonna throw away the rest of this slip. I don't blackened slip. I don't want it. So that's gonna get chucked in a second. Let's do a little cleaning swap over. And I don't have a lot of Shino. I only have a small amount left. Um, so we're gonna use what we can, what we have, and then go from there. Oh yeah, that makes sense. All right, let me move all this out of the way. I do, but only very toxic, chibi games. So I control people who play them. Okay, so how about you, Aki? So I think this is all I have left. I'm almost positive this is Shino. God, I hope it's Shino and not like Kiln Wasp or something, or I'm so screwed. It doesn't smell like Kiln Wasp. Oh yeah, it's Shino. Let me, you know what I want to do actually? Let me throw a little bit of soda ash in here. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab a handful of soda ash. So ideally, you would heat this up with hot water before doing this, but I don't have any hot water. But maybe I can just at least let's do this at least. So it's not mixing; it's separated. But this is sodium chloride. No, sodium carbonate. That'll give our Shino a little bit more quick. Yeah. Why? I'm judging so hard right now, Aki. This isn't deep enough for me to. Yeah, it feels like you're gonna do something incriminating with the information. All right. Here's the old tried and true tested glaze. Is it too thick? Dry my pinky off. 1, 2, 3, and it's thin as shit. Fuck. Damn it. Ah, that's okay. It'll be fine. Oh, I see. There's some some extra goop on the bottom of this. But that's why we do the little finger test. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Still thin as shit, but it'll be fine. I do not. No. Just olive. That's it. You ready for this shit? You guys. Okay. Sounds good. Appreciate you. 732. That'd be crazy. Be crazy. Yeah, same here. I'm psyched on this one. I think the Shino is going to be rad on this. Also, you guys know that you could take this lid off too, right? I showed you that. This has its own second separate side lid. I don't know if I showed that at any point. Thanks, Jerry. Here's its lid. And you're just getting, I'm so curious as to what you're doing, Aki. This actually is thicker than I thought it was. It's going on a lot thicker. I can actually thin it down, which is awesome. Thinner I can make it, the more I can go. All right, next up is this fat Boz. Good on you. It's all about the randomness here. No perversion today yet, which is Something. Shocking is what the something is that I'm trying to say. But Swa isn't here, so okay, that's a better thinness. Okay, next. This is my favorite teapot that we made. Favorite teapot. This is the upside down teapot. I'm probably going to keep it for myself. Pours through there. Definitely, I think that's my favorite. It pours so well too. Um, I just love it. Thanks. I'm realizing at this exact moment I should have um, used flashing slip on this instead of glaze. So that was my mistake. I fucked up. So we're gonna have to figure out how to to actually fire that one. I'm not really sure. All right, next up. Um, what do we want to glaze next? Double walled. I'm probably gonna glaze your piece dragon with this same Shino. Um, I I actually don't know, Aki. I've never really thought about it. I guess when I think of gold for this kind of stuff, for pottery, I or think of one or the other for pottery, I think of gold. So maybe gold. Double walled lid. Come on, come on. Did we double wall your lid? I don't think so. No. Oh no, because we were doing the new lid design. Okay, what's next? Let's sneak out Dragon's Teapot. Whoa. Heat retention, you know, well, did you see there was no handle on that double wall piece? It acts as a handle. Honestly, Dragon, I was thinking the same thing about the upside down teapot. I think you're spot on. I don't know if this is gonna work. I think I have to pour this on. So I have a triple. This one we're gonna glaze with a different. We're gonna use Caribbean for it because I have a little bit of that. So we're not gonna do this one right now. Same with that one. It's gonna be Caribbean. I don't know about that guy. I don't know if I want to fire it. All right, let's get just to the normal, just teapots. One of my favorites. All right, I'm running out of space, so let me move some of this stuff around. So the firing date is tentatively set for the 26th. You know, Aki, to be honest, I don't really wear jewelry. I used to wear a necklace all the time that a friend made for me many years ago, but I haven't really worn anything since then, and I haven't worn that necklace for many years. So um I don't really have many opinions because I don't have a context for anything. So what we're gonna do now is wipe out the gallery. I could leave it, but what's gonna happen if I do leave it? The lid's gonna slide around a little bit, and aesthetically I like it more, functionally I like it less. Like a very secure lid becomes very unwieldy. Sure. I'm sure I will love it and I will use it, whatever it is, more than any other piece of jewelry that I've used in the past 10 years. Okay, so we're thinking that I fire it like this, which means this rim, I really got to wipe off nicely. And we got to clean off the top of this because that's where the wadding will go. But yeah, I think this one's going to stay with me, honestly. I will try to sell it like I try to sell everything for a second. But if that doesn't sell in the first week, it's mine. I'm 100% keeping it for myself. Oh yeah. No, I'm have we talked before, Aki? That's fine by me. I think I told you guys I was having, oh maybe not. I don't know how much I told you guys. I was having some serious anxiety last week. And so it's like what I did for feeling better was buying myself a bunch of plants and flowers, and I got a massage and some acupuncture and all that kind of stuff. Well, ID, what's good? Right? That's the way to do it. Well, yeah. They're not cut flowers. I'm not like we talked about this in the past. I think flowers are honestly a cruel, kind of a cruel thing. I'm really excited for this particular little one. We have a lot of teapots to glaze today. We'll be mainly using Shino today. Look how cute that's gonna be. Oh my gosh. So you can kind of see, if you look at the nose of this, you can kind of see that it's still wet. Um, it is not wanting to dry for whatever reason, which is fine. Just up there doesn't want to dry. The rest of it's fine. Any updates, by the way, on how you're doing, Aki? Okay, this part I don't know, because I want this all to be scraped away too, because there's going to be another lid that sits there. I'm a little worried about what I'm about to do. I guess we can always reglaze if need be. Maybe I can just scrape it away with my finger. No. We may have to just do some touch-ups with a paintbrush. So not that this is new, but little dog has a little piece of salmon, or rather a big piece of salmon, waiting for her for dinner tonight. I know she's excited. Not that she knows, but she gets salmon so often, so I think she's just excited for dinners in general. Oh, I need a pin tool. Well, I'm glad that's good news, but I'm really sorry about the other issues going on. Um, do you have a good support system? Also, I have a question for you guys. This is wiped off. This is wiped off. Should I wipe this off to match? I'm gonna put that down while you guys think about that. That side doesn't come off, so I don't know if it's as important. But what do you thoughts on that? Yes is in wipe off the back section, Dragon. Okay. Well, I'm still worried, Aggie. but I'm glad that you have people looking out for you. I have this a friend who's a trauma therapist, trauma acupuncturist. I actually don't know if she still does it anymore, but uh, she made that cup that has Olive's face on it. I don't know if I've shown you guys before. I think I have. Okay, thank you. I'm really excited for this teapot dragon. I know I was like, while we were building it, I was kind of so-so about it, but once it finished, this might be like one of my favorite teapots. It just finished so well. Everything fits so well together. I'm very happy with it. Right? All right, let's see if I can do this. So essentially all I need to do is this edge right here. I don't have to do a crazy amount because the edges of everything get, well, no, never mind. I lied. I was about to say everything gets carbon trapped on the edge, but not if there's no glaze there to trap any carbon. And then, should I? Should I wipe the bottom part too? What do you think? Let me let that dry for a second while we think about that. I mean, it probably makes sense to. I wasn't planning on it, but it does sound like a smart thing to do. Okay, done. I think that's definitely the right call. If if the wadding wouldn't fall off, I'd put wadding on it as well, so you have flashing marks on both pieces, but um I'm almost positive the wadding would just fall off during the firing because there's nothing supporting it on. Yeah. Yeah, right. So these little cups are also for my tea events. So I might actually go back to flash and slip for a lot of the small ones, but we'll see. Hey. Um, this might be, is this my favorite? Yeah, this is my favorite small one. The texture I just think works so well with it. So that one is going to be that color. That's not my teapot. This is not my teapot. This would kill a Shino. I'm pretty psyched at how far the Shino's going. That Shino does some cool stuff if you put it on thick, but it's not really my cup of tea. So, question: green or Shino? I'm thinking green for this one. Okay. Same for this one, correct? Green or Shino? This could be a Shino. Thoughts? Maybe a Shino because of the texture. What about this one? I think is going to go green. That one's going to go green. Shino. This one's going to go green. This is one of the ones that pours out of its handle. I think this one should be Shino. It just reads Shino to me. I kind of can't believe that we're already firing like next week. I'm like not emotionally prepared. Oh, come on. Look how cute that thing is. So this is another one that pours out of its handle. And this one, unlike the other side handle one, has a full built-in filter for the handle. That the side one that we're doing from the green, I um I couldn't figure out how to put a filter into it without doing a ball filter, and I just didn't care enough to do a ball filter. So I'm very curious how long this next firing will be because to cone 12, it usually takes me like 10 hours. So it's gonna be a quick firing. What else? I think I'm gonna have this one green. And then I have all these orchid pots. I have so many of these orchid pots. Um, and I haven't decided what I want to do with those. I don't know if I want to just flashing slip them or actually glaze them. But that's all right. just gonna move this board out of the way. Okay. Green, right? What do you guys think? This one I'm not sure on, so I'm very curious what you think about that one. I think I'm leaning towards green. Okay, good. This one's also gonna go green. This next one I'm pulling out, it's going Shino, because this one's for me. This is my new teapot for myself. So I want this Shino. Yeah, I think so too. Oops, I forgot to get rid of. I knew there was something I meant to do on this one. There's a bunch of schmutz, and I didn't get rid of it because, again, I was gonna keep this one for myself, so I just didn't. I just didn't care as much. It really is. It's, as you guys remember, it's like only double walled from here to here. It's very odd, this teapot. Some skillet. I'm really excited for this though. So I think, oh no, I have a few more that need Shino, but we're gonna switch over to the green pretty soon. Hell yeah. What'd you get, Taco Bell? This guy Juan's gonna get Shinoed. And this teapot is also gonna get Shinoed. Damn, it's a lot of food. Shocked you're still conscious. How do I put this down? I don't know how to put this down. I made this one a while ago and I didn't fire it because it's delaminated right here. So this may have to be mine again as well. 5 a.m. Disgusting. Oh my god. How could you? Christine, how are you? Because of that, I'm gonna glaze the full top and the sides of this. There's no way that'll seal back in, but that's okay. Good. Glad to hear it. Well, welcome in. So you can see we're doing a glaze day today. Uh-huh. What's the reason? I wake up at 6 a.m. every day. So it's just mind-boggling to me. I think that's all the stuff we're gonna put Shino on. I think so. So let's put this away. Hopefully that's enough Shino to do some cups tomorrow. I have a bunch of cups in a bisque firing right now. It's not much though. We just did glaze quite a bit. Okay. I see, I see. I don't know if that's a very good reason though. It's certainly a reason, but I don't know if that's a very good reason. You know what I mean? All right. Next step we need to do is clean all the butts of everything. Okay. That's a better reason, honestly. So I fired my lids separately. Never fired these lids before though, so I'm hoping that we don't have any surprises. But who knows, you know? So the reason that we started with the Shino as well, is the Shino has soda ash in it, and soda ash makes everything dry slower. Though this stuff dried pretty quickly. Yeah, that's why doom scrolling is scary. At one point, I found myself when I had TikTok. I mean, I have TikTok on my phone, but I don't really go on it except to stream. Um, it was getting. I was noticing sometimes I would go on and doom scroll, so that was another reason I deleted it. I find it much harder to doom scroll on Instagram or YouTube. So, did I tell you guys that my plan for this next firing, as far as the fact because we're going at a lower temperature, what I'm going to do to compensate for that? Did I tell you guys? All right, later. Have fun. Yeah, which is like two posts in. There's so many ads now. So to combat the fact that we're going like two cones lower temperature wise, um, I'm going to spray in instead of 3.5 pounds of soda ash, which is what I usually do. I'm going to put in 6 pounds of soda ash, and then I'm also going to, in that same solution, sieve out a pound of wood ash, and so I'll be spraying in 200 mesh wood ash mixed in with the soda ash. I need to do a test run to make sure it actually pours. You can actually like do that. I don't know if I can, so I have to do a little test run at some point. Yeah, it's gonna be like insane the amount of soda ash. I sort of wish I had more porcelain to really like get like that really aggressive soda ash finish. But I don't think we have any just straight porcelain pieces going into this firing. Right? And I'm also curious because we usually fire to cone 12 in 10 hours. I'm curious how much wood it's gonna take just to fire to cone 11. You know what I mean? Yep, sure did. This is the second one I built, and I built this one in 2019. My own design. Well, you haven't seen any of the results yet, so you might think it's absolute shit. But here's one of the results from my kiln. This is a big piece in the back of the kiln. No, we're making Shino right now. These are all Shinoed, but we're also using a flashing slip, and then we're using a glaze called Caribbean as well. This is Frederickson Shino. I only had a little bit left. I was just going to do the whole thing in Shino, but that's okay. Which other piece? Oh, the piece that I had on? Oh, that thing was flashing slip, sorry. Oh, that I showed you. Sorry, my brain is braining right now. Yeah, that was a Bauer flashing slip on black clay in the back chamber of my kiln. The green is good. The Caribbean's sweet. Ayumi is really lovely. Honestly, Ayumi is a killer in my kiln, but I don't have any mixed up. So, and I think I have Caribbean mixed up, unless it's something else. It says Caribbean on the pail, but I'm not one to really label my glazes. Like, I wasn't even sure if this was Shino until I started stirring because I didn't label it. Uh-oh, forgot to glaze that. Yeah, we might do an Aribe. I don't know. I like the turquoise Aribe in my kiln. It's pretty nice. But the problem is that well, stoneware would look nice. We'll see. I gotta see what the ingredients are for my Aribe. I don't really remember. I feel like the issue that I had is that when I opened up my glaze container for the Caribbean, the color is not quite right. It looks more like Ayumi than it does Caribbean. And what I'm really worried is it's like Walt or some shit like that. And I really don't want Walt on my pots. But I wrote Caribbean with copper. Actually, that looks pretty Caribbean-y. I take it back. I just don't have, there's not a ton of it. There's some, actually, whoa, never mind. There's way more than I thought. It was deceptively empty. The only thing is that Caribbean on black clay looks like shit. It just does not look good. Like really bad. It just makes it like this muddy, dark mess. It's not a good look. I did it on some double walled pieces where half of the layers were Caribbean and half of them are like porcelain and half were black clay. Oh, I forgot to get the spout on this one. But I think the man, now I kind of want an Aribe, but I really wonder what the recipe is. I don't think I have it on my other phone, otherwise I would look. I have my other phone playing music for me in the background. There's a chance the recipe's on that phone. Let me check. So I'm just curious. I should like relatively know off the top of my head if I have the ingredients. No, wax is I think wax is for people who are told that they need to use wax. Just because I don't wax I think is one of the most pointless things ever. You have to still wipe wax off anyway, unless you're doing it for a design thing. I think it's super, super pointless. Okay, let's see. Turquoise, turquoise, Rebe. Aha, look at that. Wow. Strontium, talc, whiting, custard feldspar, EPK, silica, and copper carb bentonite. Oh, I can 100% make this. I have all of those ingredients. Um, yeah, Christina, I honestly I think wax is really, really silly. I wish that like a lot of things in when you're starting off on pottery, people don't say that you have to do it this way or another. I think it's one of those other like kind of bad habits that hobby potters and craft centers teach. Um, and then it's just kind of like this weird passed down pointless knowledge. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not a huge fan of wax. Um, okay, so let's get these. Oh wait, no, I haven't done that one. I haven't done this one. Maybe we make some Maribe to get. Well, no, I'm not gonna take you into that room. I don't know where anything is. It's a giant mess. It's also like 100 degrees in there. But well, it's more than 100 degrees. It's 96 degrees outside in general today, and the kiln is going right now in that room, my little electric kiln. So I'm gonna want to get in and out there as fast as I possibly can. So I don't really want to. Plus, I need my phone to do simple math. I have Siri do all the percentages for me. No, well, you guys have a very narrow field of view. I have wax in case a student comes and wants to for some reason wax their pots because again, I get students who have this idea in their mind that because they saw some quote unquote master potter do it, it's the only way to do it. And so they come in, they're like, "Oh, I gotta wax my bottoms or my rims or whatever it is." It's toasty, Aki. Cold. I would take 9 Celsius. I don't know how to do the conversion there, Aki. Anything that gets far away from 0 Celsius, I can't do, even potentially. Um, just because they didn't wipe. Okay, that's actually what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna guess. I was gonna guess that's not true. I was gonna guess 30, but I was close. I mean, maybe Christine, but why not teach people to wipe their bottoms more, right? I have genuinely no idea, Aki. I got little wrists though, right? I think we measured them the other day. I don't have a soft tape measure here, so I can't take a measurement. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think Christine, a lot of it is just a lack of trust in wanting to actually teach someone the proper thing, which in the defense of the person teaching, most people don't stick with pottery or any of the art forms. So teaching a bunch of people the same thing over and over again is tiresome and cumbersome. So I understand it in that context. So it's also the job of the place. But here's the big thing is that those people who are teaching the other people are also amateur potters. Craft centers 99% of the time don't hire 95% of the time don't hire potters who are making a living from selling pottery. And so the misinformation is rampant. And the lack of communication on why something is not there. And AI is not helpful. It's going to give you really wrong answers. I was asking it about bloating on a certain clay body, and it's like this all of these clays will bloat. Which is one of the ones that told me it was going to bloat was the big black vase that I showed earlier. I don't have that clay bloat ever. I've had it melt on me. Actually, I'll show you guys something cool. I posted in the Discord earlier today. But the reason that it's a second, it's a T-bolt. I went to Cone 13 accidentally, and what happened was the wadding, because it's made of kaolin, is stronger than the clay, the black clay. So this is the black clay with the Shino that we're working on. So the wadding melted up into this. So that was where the wadding was, and it melted up into the foot. Isn't that crazy? But it's such a pretty bowl. Yeah, but I don't think wax is going to help. Like if you, I mean, maybe in that context of wiping off student pieces, it would help. But then they're having to use the wax. Um, and then they're going to give up on using the wax because they're not going to have steady enough hands to actually get the wax on just the bottom. So they're not going to use the wax anymore because it's missing giant swaths of the body, and they don't care enough to like put the effort in to actually learn how to have a steady hand. So at the end of the day, um, I think wax is stupid and pointless, and I wish was not taught to be used unless you were doing specifically wax resisted um, pictures of some sort. Like my aunt does, um, or did cranes. She doesn't really do that kind of pottery anymore. But that's my take on all of that. As you guys can tell, I'm very opinionated. I don't know what to do about this. That's 100% going to just open up, but not much I can do. Yep. Yep. Okay. We're switching over to the other glaze. And I think in my mind, I kind of like the idea of just using a flashing slip for all of my orchid pots. But I haven't quite I have still not actually like fully settled on that, but I think I'm leaning towards that. Oh, speaking of nice misinformation, stuff like that. So, we use kiln wash and everything, and um, you make wadding for every piece that you have to put into the kiln, so things don't stick to the kiln shelves and blah 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 and all that fun stuff. And I think one of the biggest things that is just laziness in taught is that people get so like anal about cleaning their hands after touching any kind of wadding. That's what I'm thinking, Dragon. Um, but it's such bullshit. It does not really act as that much of a resist. People need to chill out on that. That nice gloop. There's like a hard chunk in here. What is this? Oh, very thick. We might have to sieve this out too, because there's like hard shit in here. Yeah, let's throw it through the sieve just to be sure. Oh, also, you'll see that I never clean my apparatuses for folding to like a crazy degree because the dilution, most of the glazes are the same ingredients anyway, and if you're diluting it, the only thing there's not much difference, and so like you're just diluting it such a small portion of it that it doesn't make a difference. People seem to get really anal about that too. Yeah, look at that. Oh, they're pieces of kiln. They're kiln um, cone packs. I must have had a cone pack fall in there accidentally. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. Good eye, Dragon. I could not think of that. I kept trying to say cone and kiln are so close together. And I was struggling to differentiate, differ, blah, blah, blah. So smart, so talented. Okay, you guys ready for this? Honestly, seems thick as all. It seems too thick to me. My finger test is like not working today, but whatever. It'll be fine. It'll be great. It'll be grandioso. It looks thick, but like, let's try it on something less precious to us. Let's try it on a little undulating cup. See where we're at. Nah, we're good. We're good. All right. Perfectly average, normal teapot. Nothing to see here. So, fun fact about me when it comes to like bisking, I bisque to 012, um, which is nice because my bisques firings are really cheap. They only take 6 hours. Um, the only thing you have to do to combat a bunch of the crazy stuff is just to you have to glaze really quickly, otherwise stuff doesn't work. How do I hold this? Come on, bud. Oh my god, dragon. I don't know what I would do without you, honestly. I don't think we could glaze properly. Like the advice is just straight fire tonight. Yeah, it sure is. You just think about it, you're just not you're even less close to vitrification. Like I think cone 012 is like 1500 degrees, 1550 degrees Fahrenheit. It's low. Whereas like wait, 04 is 1900 degrees. So the nice thing about pouring, which I'm not like thrilled that we're pouring everything today, um, because I'd rather just dip. But the nice thing is that every time you put it back into the thing, it uh it shakes it up again, so you never have to stir it. That's true. It's just a fact of life right here, Dragon. Honestly, I'm kind of nervous to fire my kiln. just because we are using the new shelves. I don't know how it'll go. Oh yeah. Yep, you can't fire a wood kiln without silicon carbide shelves. Some people, some for some reason, I have heard of people getting away with it. There's this guy in Brazil who doesn't use any that I'm friends with. Um, but I don't know. You can't use advancers. Cordite shelves would just break after a couple firings. You could technically do it. I've done it before, but they're gonna fail. I hope I in a whatever way. I hope whoever buys this teapot spills tea all the time because I would. Like a teapot like that, I would spill constantly. I just got the cheapo ox bonded $100 shelves because I didn't want to pay the $1,400 shipping for what are they called? It's made by the same company that makes Advancer. They're Sileo shelves or whatever. I love this. That's where it all started. That teapot. Our whole giant teapot excursion was because of the person I'm sort of dating mentioned it. I wish the color was this when it came out, like a glossy version of that. I would kill for that. But sadly, that's not how this works. Right? So this one I'm still gonna fire, but it also opened up right here. I'm really upset about that. But I'm just gonna face that side towards the kiln. So it's gonna just get flooded with ash. And I'm hoping that's enough to at least seal it in to a degree. My turquoise Aribe is actually very similar to this, which is kind of why I wanted to make some turquoise Aribe. But we're on a roll right here, and I kind of just want to get this glazing stuff done. All right, this triple's going in. Not sure how to hold this to glaze it. I'll have to do a touch up. Well, no, I could just do it like this. I may have just screwed up though and touched the top to the bottom of that. Looks okay. I missed a spot on the side there, but that's okay. Thanks. It's a baby lid. Speaking of baby lids, 2 separate chambers. All right, we're going to do the bottom chamber first. Come on. Why isn't it coming out? Huh. I don't know why they didn't come out, but it did when I did a pour test of it. This is definitely not a teapot, and I'm not going to pitch this as a teapot. This is definitely like an olive oil bottle slash vinegar bottle or soy sauce and mirin or something like that. I'm definitely not going to advertise this one as a teapot. All right, what else we got? Yeah, I know. Thank you though. I have to, there's a bunch of touch ups on both the big ones, so I'm not gonna deal with it now. I'm gonna let them dry a little bit first. But thank you. We made this one a long time ago. This was for my last wood firing that we did in like whatever, December, November, or something like that. And it just didn't make it in. And then I forgot about it for the next soda firing that we just had. So this one I made back in like October or something. Go to bed. You were tired when you came in here. This is also one that we made like in November. Yeah, close enough. 3 p.m., 5 a.m. Same difference. Oh, here we go. I'm psyched on this one. You ready? This one I never put down right. It always falls over when I put it down because it's doesn't make sense to my brain. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. We're gonna definitely do more of the pebble teapots. Um, what else? I've got this, but I think I want to flashing slip this. I think this would be nice as a flashing slip. So we're not gonna do that. Um, and then we have a bunch of little cups, but I don't think I want to do those either. Well, you know what? We haven't done. Wait, did we? No, we didn't. We didn't do any small little cups with glaze. So we're gonna do these 3 cups with glaze. I have in the past, but I'm not as keen on doing sculptural work as I am on this kind of stuff. When I first started doing a lot of pottery, I was doing kind of bigger, more sculptural things. I think like when you first start, you have like a couple goals. I think a lot of people do in pottery. It's that they want to throw really thin and they want to throw really big. I feel like that's a pretty universal like feeling. Dragon, I don't know if you felt that way. Um, but that seems to be a very universal feeling that I've experienced at least. Um, so I did all of those things, much more sculptural, big things like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't have them in here, but I have teapots that are this big for the body, and I have some in my apartment that are full, 3 feet tall. Um, it's just not really something I'm like that interested in. Okay, so let's wipe these down, get the bits we need to clean up, put them through and go from there. I don't have a since my market's online, I don't want to ship big stuff. That's one of the main reasons I don't do stuff like that. I have no means of shipping like a large sculptural piece, you know what I mean? not opposed to it. If someone commissions something and they're willing to pay a lot for shipping and for the piece, then potentially. But the problem is too that I can't fit big things into any of the kilns I fire. There's a size cap. So oh god, it's so hot in here. Fascinating dragon. I think you're an anomaly there. Yeah. No idea. I don't eat eggs, Aki. Huh. Interesting. I think you guys are well, it sounds like I'm the odd one out then. But whenever I talk to people, that was the mutual experience. Thin and big. Fair. I didn't touch the wheel until I was like 21, 22, 23. I mean, I don't, it doesn't count the like one piece that I made with my aunt when I was 5. I'm not counting that because I didn't make it. She made it. Hmm. Gotcha. That makes sense. No, you're good, Aki. Yeah, I'm just not the right person to ask. I haven't uh, had an egg or eaten meat for 29 plus years, 28 years. Yeah. Excuse me. Also, I love doing off-topic things that have nothing to do with what we're doing. It's one of the reasons I like streaming is because with streaming on different platforms, Instagram sucks because everybody only ever wants to talk about pottery. But any of the other platforms are good because you get a bunch of people who don't know anything about pottery. So there's other conversations being had, which is really nice. Google is pretty helpful. Yo, what's up? Oh, doing just fine. Doing some glazing today. Have a firing next week. Feeling a little overwhelmed, a little nervous about it. Never felt nervous about a firing before. And I think it's just because of the shelves. Or maybe it's the fact I haven't made any money for since my last firing. That's like the problem with being an atmospheric potter. It's like the firings are so far apart. And people only buy during the hype of, like, for me, like right before a shop update goes live or the day of a shop update, maybe the day after, and then nothing in between. So just like months of no income. But it always works out. Um, Not like crazy, crazy. Let's see, the soda firing was about 7 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. And then there was, but the, I guess really what I'm referring to is not even that. It's in my mind, I'm still on the winter stuff because we fired the last kiln in December and then we don't fire again until April or March. We fired early this year, like quite a bit earlier than normal. But usually there's like this giant gap. These cups and these smaller cups that we are glazing today, I made them all on the hump. And so they're all on the thicker side because I don't know how to throw on the hump. Um, no, sorry, Remington. We don't see much of Luna anymore after I took away her mod stuff because she wasn't wouldn't stop harassing me about someone I was dating like a year ago. Kind of full disappeared after that. Oh yeah, Aki, you've been here for a hot minute. More than, I think, longer than that probably, Aki, because we've been. I mean, I like I'll disappear for like months at a time and then I'll come back. Though I guess I haven't really been doing that anymore. Trying not to do that as much. Yep, no, quite a bit now. Yeah, right. That's where it's at. I'm excited to not be glazing anymore. I'm kind of getting bored of being in here, but we're almost done. Once we clean these up, um, I'm done for the day. I was in here a lot longer, just in general, today though, just because we I had to clean my whole studio in order to like have the right space to be doing this stuff today. Oh, 100% Aki. But we also, I think I've only been streaming on YouTube for about a year because that's right. Because I was mainly on TikTok and then quit TikTok, but we were doing TikTok for a while first. Hell yeah, Aki. I don't understand what you're asking, Remington. You okay, little dog? Is there a spooky bug out there? Let's leave the spooky bug alone, okay? There's a yellow jacket who's been coming in and harassing us all day. Remington, I have a question for you. Are you Remington like the third or the second or something? Very rude. Agreed. Well, that did not want to stick. Look at it. It's already settled this much since we started. Isn't that insane? Hi, Christine. Have a good one. Gotcha. Is the expectation that in the far, far future, Remington, that if you have decide that you for some reason want a kid, that you name them Remington the second or something? Like, are your folks trying to start like a lineage thing? Sure is. Yeah, it's like, well, it's because I put soda ash into it. I don't think it even requires soda ash in the glaze, but I put soda ash in everything because I'm a sociopath. Hi, little dog. Excuse me. I know it's very spooky. Gotcha. It's a cool name. Yeah, I don't hear it very often without like Remington the second or Remington the third or something like that. Right? I have a dog. At the moment, she's very freaked out about a yellow jacket. You're okay, Green. Just stay with me. You're okay. I got you. I'll protect you from that mean yellow jacket. I'll protect you from that mean yellow jacket. I'll beat him up for you. Whatever you need. You're so great, little dog. This poor, scared little dog. Oh my gosh. She's such a good little dog. So scared. Uh-oh. This looks like black clay. Did I miss anywhere on this one? Yes, on the foot. Such a great little dog. I don't know how I'm gonna clean the gallery on this one without screwing everything up. Oof. Okay, it's gonna be annoying. Baby is in my dog's name. Her name's Olive. I was really hoping I'd find something I could like scrape the glaze off with. And I put all my tools away, but like a jabroni, I like just threw them into a box without any rhyme or reason. So like nothing's where it needs to be. Why would you do this to yourself, Will? Oh, this might work. Not what I was looking for, but this might work. It sure is. Thanks, Remington. It's worth it, Dragon. Everybody likes a baby lid. Except tea people. Tea people hate baby lids. But even though this one has a built-in filter, I'm probably gonna not pitch this as a teapot either. Cool. Success. You're a good little queen. I honestly don't think it'd be that bad, but I don't want to market it as such because then people are gonna like have expectation and like I've made many small teapots over the years with small openings and they're fine. If you need to get the tea out, you just flush it out with water. Um, but for some reason, tea people really don't like touching tea leaves, which doesn't really make any sense to me. It like a lot of them it freaks them out. Um, so I'm just gonna avoid my basis by just not even pitching it as a teapot. Uh, Maybe the reverse thing you just said. I think it'd actually be easier to get it in than out because tea leaves open up. But I really don't think it'd be that big of an issue. But I'm still covering my bases by just not even pitching it as a teapot, so I don't even have to worry about that. And then someone buys it and they're like, this doesn't work well for tea. And I can be like, well, I said it was an olive oil bottle. I don't have an Xbox. All I have is my phone and an Oculus, but I don't really do much on it. Yep, that's about all I do. I'm glad you were able to get it back. That's the worst. How tight is this? Wait, where's this teapot? There it is. I have space, okay. It's gonna wipe off the glaze from the sides, but it's actually a little small, so that'll be good for it. Anything good under there? I am running out of steam. I'm glad we only have 3 more things to do right now. Oh, that's exciting. Finding food is always a nice time. You have a favorite kind of granola bar? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So that double walled, that double walled teapot that has a tons of holes. The problem with all those holes is that it just never dries. So that thing is sogging wet over in the corner there. So I think I may just not touch it and leave it on the table. Gotcha. A lot of options there of anybody need their daily dose of copper intake? Nicest part about glazing in your own studio is you can just come back. Like when you work in someone else's studio, you have to like do it all in one day. And it's just like a headache. But you can just walk away and come back a couple hours later. It's pretty awesome. Way less headachy. What's the quiz about? Why would you do such a thing, Aki? You good luck. I hope it goes okay. Great. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna wish you luck, Aki. I'm gonna head off. My phone's at 10%. I just got the mark. So we'll come back tomorrow and do some more glazing. But I've lost all energy to be in here.